dear students, here I am, your Vidisha ma'am, with you with a new topic from the chapter 7, Control and Coordination. In today's topic, I am going to discuss about the need of a coordination system in animals, the structure of the neuron, the types of neuron, the parts of neuron, modulated and non-modulated neuron, afferent neuron and relay neuron. So watch the video. I hope you will like it and will be benefited from the topics that I am going to teach you. So watch it. My dear students, this is the second part of the chapter Control and Coordination. Here the topic is control and coordination in animals, and the next topic is nervous coordination in animals. So this is the second video for you for this chapter. Now let me discuss about the types of coordination in animals. Animals have two types of coordination system. One is neural, another is endocrine. Neural coordination is carried out by nerves. The messages are transmitted in the form of electrical impulses, and these impulses travel very rapidly, and the effect of these messages lasts for short time. The endocrine system in animals are made up of endocrine cells. The messages are transmitted in the form of chemicals known as hormones. The hormones travel slowly, and the effect of these messages usually last for longer time. So here you can understand the types of coordination in animals. The first is the neural coordination and the second is the endocrine coordination. So they together constitute the neuroendocrine system in animals. So you have already seen the points, as well as you can now write down the differences of the neural as well as endocrine system in animals. So the next topic is nervous coordination in animals. So what is the feature of this nervous system in animals? It is the control center of the body. What is this nervous system composed of? It is composed of networks of nerves and nerve fibers. The function of this nervous system: it provides fastest means of communication between various body parts. Now there is a big question for us. What is the need of a nervous system in animals? So let us find out the reasons for a nervous system in animals. Now the first reason is to keep us aware about the environmental changes taking place in the environment. Second is to control and regulate the various voluntary muscular activities of the body. Like you are walking, you are talking, you are riding a bicycle, you are running, you are lifting a bucket of water. These are voluntary muscular activities. Third is to regulate the various involuntary activities like breathing, sneezing, blinking of eyes. These are involuntary activities. To coordinate the working of various glands, endocrine or exocrine glands, like while eating, our saliva is secreted from the salivary gland in the mouth. This is a coordination. When we are eating, the enzymes are released from the respective glands. So this is also the function of nervous system. And finally, to enable us to think, remember and to reason. Like you are now listening to me, listening to my voice, you are thinking that yes, what I am saying is correct or not. You are thinking about how to remember these points, and you are remembering, trying to recall the previous part I have already taught you. So these are the various needs of a nervous system in animal. So try to remember these points. It will be helpful for you. Now let me discuss about the mechanism of the nervous coordination in animals. Now this mechanism of nervous coordination has various steps. The first step is receiving the stimulus. Stimulus, as I already told you in the previous video, is the various type of factors which may be internal or external that creates a response. Now, in receiving the stimulus, the receptor organs or the sensory cells present in the various parts of the body of an animal receive the stimulus from the external or internal environment. Now this stimulus, after being received by the receptors or the sensory cells, they are processed. So processing of the stimulus is the second point. So receptors, they convert the stimulus into electrical nerve impulse, and this process is known as transduction. Thereafter, after the processing of the stimulus, now transmission of nerve impulse takes place. Now these receptors, they transmit the electrical nerve impulse to the brain or the spinal cord by sensory nerves. This process is known as transmission of nerve impulse. Now let me tell you what is sensory nerve. The type of nerves which carry impulses towards the brain or spinal cord, that is the central nervous system, from the various organs. These are called the sensory nerves, which are also known as afferent nerves. So what happened next after the transmission of nerve impulse takes place? So interpretation of the nerve impulse takes place. Now the nerve impulse is interpreted by the CNS, that is the central nervous system. So central nervous system is composed of brain and spinal cord. Here the stimulus that is converted into the nerve impulse is interpreted by the CNS, and thereafter the transfer of the response. Now the interpreted nerve impulse is transferred to the CNS. So the transfer of response, in this part the interpreted nerve impulse is transferred from CNS, that is brain and spinal cord, to the effector organ by motor nerve. Now what is a motor nerve? Motor nerve is the type of nerve that bring command from the CNS to the muscles and glands. So the effector organ, it may be a muscle or a gland. So this is the entire mechanism of the nervous coordination in animal. So you have to just remember this flow chart as how this mechanism of nervous coordination takes place in animal. Receiving the stimulus, processing of the stimulus, transmission of nerve impulse by sensory nerve to the CNS, interpretation of this nerve impulse in the CNS, and then the transfer of the response by motor nerve to the effector organ. So this is the mechanism. Now as I was talking about the receptors or sense organs, let us see what type of receptors are present in various sense organs in our body. First is eyes. Eyes have photoreceptor or receptors for light that sense light. Next come the internal ear. The ear in human are divided into three parts: external ear, middle ear and internal ear. So in the internal ear the receptors are present which are called phonoreceptor or auditory receptors. These are meant for hearing. Next come the nose. Olfactory receptors are present in the nose for olfaction, that is smell. Next come the tongue. In the tongue there are gustatory receptors for taste, and you can also say it is a chemoreceptor that tastes the chemicals present in the food. And then the skin finally, which has mechanoreceptors for touch and thermoreceptors for temperature like cold or hot. So these are the various receptors present in our various sense organs. So the next topic is neuron or nerve cell. Neuron or nerve cells are the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. There are millions of neurons in our CNS. Structurally, neuron has three main parts: cyton, the dendrites and the axon. So these are the three main parts of the neuron. So in this figure you can see I have drawn a neuron showing the three basic parts, the cyton, dendrite and the axon. The cyton at the cell body forms the main part of the neuron. It receives the information through the various dendrites and conduct further through the axon. Now this cytoplasm of this cyton may contain dark colored micelle granules or neurofibrils. About this topic you can learn in higher classes. Next come the dendrites. These are one or many branch finger-like projections come out from the cyton. These dendrites in a neuron is connected with a neighboring neuron. Next come the axon, which is the longest single extension that arises from the cyton. It carries the impulse away from the cyton to the next neuron or to the affected organ. Let me tell you about the types of neuron. There are three main types of neuron: the sensory neuron, which is also known as the afferent neuron, the motor neuron, which is also known as the efferent neuron, and finally the association neuron, which is also known as interneuron or relay neuron. That is the third type of neuron. Now let's see the direction of transmission of nerve impulse. Now you can see the sensory neuron, from receptors to the central nervous system, the impulses are carried. For case of efferent neuron or the motor neuron, the direction of transmission of nerve impulse is from the CNS or the central nervous system to the effector organ, while for the relay neuron, the direction is from sensory neuron to the motor neuron. So these are the direction of the transmission of the impulse of these neurons. The next topic is the types of nerve fibers based on the presence or absence of the myelin sheath. Now, myelinated nerve or medulated nerve are those that has myelin sheath over them. Non-medulated nerves are those which have no myelin sheath over them. Now, what is a myelin sheath? It is a fat covering around the axon. So, these are the two types of nerve fibers. Now, axons, they form the nerve fibers. So, the nerve fiber may be 1 meter long. So, my dear students, hope you understood the topic of the nervous coordination in animal. So, if you liked it, so you just share it with your friends, and as usual I say that you just comment me below in the comment section if you have any query regarding the topic, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye. Take care.